Hello, everyone who might be watching this demo right now. My name is Genevieve Majorana. I'm the president of Five Star Accounting and Business Solutions, aka Toilet Paper Changer, aka whatever needs to be done for the day, right? Like, I know you understand that. We have a wonderful new system that we are using for our customers. We believe heavily in technology and making things as easy as possible for you, especially in this day and age of remote work, a lot of remote work, and we want to make sure that you are supported and have a personal relationship with us, even without maybe the ability or the proximity of being able to come in and visit us on occasion. So I wanted to introduce our system TaxDome to you that we use for ease of transferring securely information, a way for you to complete your tax organizers every year, a way for you to know exactly where you stand in the process of the workflows that we have for you. And this boils down to this is applicable to every process that we have, whether you are an accounting client, a payroll client, an HR client, a tax client, all of the above, business development, whatever it is that you have engaged for with us. This will help you to monitor where we are in the status of things and easily transfer data back and forth securely so that we are not doing it via email. What I wanted to note here is that some of you may be a client both on the company level and on the personal level for taxes specifically. And so we set up two different accounts for you so that they are not commingled and not shared. And that also gives you the ability to have your own login rights to the individual level. And maybe you have somebody at your company that you want access to the system for the company level, but not on the personal level. And this helps us to keep those two very separated and keep the restrictions and the securities very private for you and tailored. So I wanted you to notice when you log into our system, you will see that if you are both a company and an individual client, that you will have both the option to log into your company or the individual. So I'm going to go ahead and select the company. I apologize. I'm not going to select. I'm just going to it shows you that you have both. And down here in the bottom left, you will notice that you have the ability to toggle between the company, and if you wanted to switch the account to the personal, all you have to do is select switch account down in the bottom to get to the personal. So we're going to stay within the company for now. The other thing that I want you to notice is that if you have been provided an organizer to complete, that's usually applicable to taxes and or new formations that maybe we're helping you with. There's a variety of organizers that maybe you would be completing for us, and they're just a quick question and answer section, and sometimes you're able to upload documents directly to the organizer as you're navigating through it. There's also a contracts tab here there whereby it indicates how many contracts, and if it's in green, it means that it is pending, it is available for you to complete, it's necessary, and you should then click on it and navigate to it so that you can review, sign, whatever it is that you needed to do and or complete the organizer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this contracts. And you'll notice here that it takes you directly into the contracts, and it indicates whether or not it is signed and or if it is pending. Obviously, if it's pending, then we'll need you to go ahead and review it and sign it in order to get you started in the workflow process. Without the contract's signature, then we are unable to move you to the next stage of the workflow. So that is one of the most critical things for you to do so that your workflow can begin. And when the workflow begins, it's also assigning internal tasks whereby we are assigning someone to your account, we're reviewing the documents that you have submitted or loaded it up. We're notifying you of items that we might need from you in order to get started. And so getting this portion done is going to be the most critical portion of it so that we can get that moving along for you. Obviously, if you have any questions about those, you should contact us. We're happy to answer any questions that you might have. It is all digital, so you can just click on it. You'll be able to see the contract language, any of the exhibits or addendums that are attached to it, and then you can digitally sign off on that contract. You'll see here that there is an individual tax engagement. However, that is not going to be applicable. You would not see that in a company. I need to actually delete that. That was just us testing through. So you wouldn't see that in the company side. You would only see that in the individual side. Anything in the company side is only going to be related to the company. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and select the organizers, and you'll notice that again, you can see if it's finished, pending, and if it's pending, then you'll want to make sure to complete it. Please note though that sometimes in the tax organizers, not every single question in the organizer is applicable to you, and so if it is left blank, it is still going to show pending potentially. That doesn't mean that you need to go back into it and complete it further or fill out something. It just means that that portion of the organizer was not applicable. If I have any questions, or if our tax team has any questions, or anybody who's helping you through the organizers of that engagement, we will contact you, we'll reach out. So complete them to the best of your ability and submit, and that is all that you do need to do. Okay, so this messaging center, I want to show you, if you have a message, then it would show up a new message that you had not yet read. Excuse my phone ringing in the background. You would see again another green number next to messages that indicates that you have a message pending for review. You will be notified in your email anytime that we post a new document that is required for review or signature, or if you have a message that is pending for review, then you could quickly jump into here and click on the navigate on the left hand side to whichever document or message that you need to take action with. So if you jump in here, you'll see the messages. Now, once these messages are no longer applicable, so let's just say, for example, I'm working on a tax return and we have correspondence related to that year's tax return, 2020. And the header of that message would be 2020 corporate returns. Once that message is actually, once we're finished with the return, we will archive that message so that it doesn't show up in your laundry list of messages here. And if it does, then just let us know. We can always go in and archive it if maybe we failed to or forgot to. So it doesn't automatically happen. We do have to physically push it into an archive. But you'll notice up here at the top that does not mean that the messaging goes away. So if you have an archived message and you wanted to refer back to it, simply select the archive tab in the messaging center, and you can toggle between what is an active message and what is an archive message. Maybe you want to remember the questions and the answers that were provided in the prior year's process. And so that's easy to do. You may also create a new message that you then for us, and we will automatically be notified as well that you have created a new message and you have a question for us. If it is within the engagement that we're working on for that particular period of time, try to stay within the messaging center for that engagement. And that way we just have an ongoing thread rather than 100 different messages. Because you'll notice that once you are in here, that it is a back and forth communication center. You can simply post your message here, hit send. I can go into it, I can message a reply, hit send, and that thread continues directly inside of this particular engagement. So if we go to the document center, if there is a document that requires your signature and or review, again, you will see a green message next to it. And what I want you to notice up at the top here is that you have your documents, we have firm prepared documents, and then you have signatures and documents that have been deleted. We typically don't delete documents unless they're duplicates. So you would find in the trash any duplicate documents, but nothing else. And so then the signatures are the documents that you have actually put your signature to, and the firm prepared documents, and then your documents. What I would like to point out between the firm documents and your documents are that your documents is really your upload center. So if you are uploading documents that we have requested from you, this is where you're going to do it. If it is applicable to the authorization forms, upload it inside of there. If it's applicable to the corporate taxes, upload it in there. If it's anything else, put it under other. What I don't want you to be confused with is that once you have uploaded these documents, we actually are going to move them from here. We're going to take them out of the Your Documents Upload Center, because we have very, very detailed folder setups and navigations for the documents. And so we switch them over into the appropriate location for the firm prepared documents, so that all of the information is housed and stored under the same place. So if we have moved it, you can go into the firm prepared documents, and you'll notice that the same folder is located within here. So for example, taxes for corporate and nonprofit, you'll notice every year, if there are documents, your final return, that all is going to be stored within the appropriate folder. So anything that you have uploaded, we will put into the appropriate year, and that's where ultimately you will find it and locate it. You can see that there's obviously some other folders that are, and then within those folders are many more subfolders. So just navigate to whichever one is appropriate for the service that you are receiving and for the information that you're trying to accomplish or acquire. Once you get into those documents, you'll be able to download them. What you cannot do is delete them. That is a restriction that we have in there, and that is simply so that we can ensure that nothing is inadvertently deleted, that is a support to any due diligence that we're required to maintain for preparing your tax return, for example. If at any point you become an inactive customer, we then make the account inactive. However, it does not go away. So any of your tax documents that we're required to store or have on hand for the time period required by the governing agencies, those are still maintained by us, and we are still able to retrieve them if necessary. But your account would be deactivated at the point that you elect to discontinue services, which we hope doesn't happen. But we understand that there are changes and shifts in business. If we have not yet converted, or we're not currently processing invoices out of this system, so you can disregard that at this point. If at some point we start to use the system for our invoicing processes, then you would also see that here, where you would be able to pay directly through here and view your invoices. You can go to your settings, toggle to your settings, and set up your own individual preferences for how this looks, feels, smells, and that really just is just for you at the individual level. Your home tab is really just kind of a summation of some of the things that are happening within your account, and if you you can then navigate directly to any one of those directly, or from the home navigation. Okay, so that is pretty much it for now. If you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to contact us. Our staff are very, very happy to help. Phone number for 5-Star Accounting and Business Solutions is 916-905-7444. Again, 916 905-7444. We hope that you find this very easy to navigate and use and useful as you're going through some of the processes. Thank you so much for your business. We definitely appreciate you always, and we hope that you have a very wonderful day.